Hey everybody, we're coming to the end of January now, and guess what? This is about ideas, everyday ideas. Be, being, becoming. Ooh, what do you want to become? Radical goodness. What is mercy, empathy, compassion? How are you patient, all-embracing, honest? How do you define prayer? How do you live your prayer? Name some small steps that create peace. 1, 2, 3. What do you really need to share and why? Side by side, you have different emotions, good and not so good. What is mystery full of? 1, 2, 3. Are you valiant? Why are you valiant? Where are you valiant? How do you focus more in life and why? Are you vulnerable? You better be, because being human means you're vulnerable. Do you have a sense of humor? I'm sure you do. What's the ripple effect of acceptance? When you pause in life, what are you thinking? Friendship is very special. I hope you have a friend that you call a gem. I do. Do you have some clutter in your life? Now, the clutter might not be in your closet. It could be in your head. Getting up and looking out means going forward. What is your favorite virtue yesterday? What might it be today? If you could interview God, what would you first ask him? What is your joy that knows no bounds? How does nature speak to you? The sunshine of God's love. It's an everyday grace. What does it mean to be lighthearted but serious? Holy silence speaks in ways that are life-giving. Nonviolence means we'll have positive vibes. What do you think gratitude is really full of? Name your loss or losses and then say to yourself, what does or did each one of them teach you? Why is compromise so necessary in the world? Detours are not necessary. They are experiences that sometimes we need to take. What is the cost of discipleship? What does it mean to say yes to God? Name your struggle or struggles. Don't run away from them. If you don't really understand something, say you don't. How do you keep heart peace? What makes the world a beautiful world? Do everything in love, with a teaspoon of love, a tablespoon of love, half a cup of love. How do you bridge the unbridgeable? Are you clothed with dignity? What time is it anyway? Don't run from the shadows of life. Befriend them. Being humble, you know that's really extraordinary. Tears need to be shared and embraced. Where do you see the face of God? But in love. What are your 3 little words? Mine are prayer, trust, and wait. Did you ever just sit quiet in a garden and let the garden speak to you? How do you share hope? What does it mean to be a sacred bead? Did you ever get a wonderful spiritual surprise? What does change mean to you? How do you preach the word of God by being it more? How would you describe compassionate listening? Do you think the world needs to listen more? Where have you met Jesus? How can we really encourage one another? What is a good promise? Staying calm? Wow, how do you do that? Above all, do you care with your faith? Do you listen with your heart? Do you pray every day? How do you deal with the storms of life? You know what? We're given an everyday grace to do that. Through selfless giving, trusting more. Don't be bitter, be better. That's in my new book. Yes, this is the good news today. An everyday grace. The next book will be coming out in about 2 months for Easter. It's called Alleluia, A Grace to Hold Life's Interruptions. I bet you're smiling, saying, can't wait to get that. What is your light in the darkness? What is your courage to be? How are you connected by faith? Remember, we all have a mission to be the heart of God, to be His best friend, because God is always our best friend. And so you and I can have the everyday grace because of the spirit of humility, calmness of spirit. Do you hear that little Yorkie running around with the toy, throwing it all over? Oh, he's not calm. We all have broken places, but in them comes the threads to mend them with healing. And to me, it's the healing of acceptance, hope, forever kindness, and saying, I love you, Jesus, with all my heart. That's the everyday grace I give to you every day. Take care, everybody.